All right, so the A's lost as they opened up a new home series against the Texas Rangers by a final score of 8-1. Adam Oller was pitching for the A's. He's been terrible all season. I don't care if he had a good story to the majors. He's not good. He had 5 earned runs today, 5 hits, only struck out 2. I mean, Sam Selman really was the story for the A's, even though they lost 8-1, which is a big margin of losing. But Sam Selman in just 2.2 innings had 5 strikeouts. So, he came in for relieving, and it definitely made an impact. But yeah, the Rangers had Glenn Otto, actually former teammate in high school of Adam Oller. So it looks like Otto won the duel. But yeah, the A's just didn't do good. And I mean, it's not like the Rangers are very much filled with talent, but they're not, having the best start. They were pretty bad record coming into this, and they still do have a pretty bad record. Nathaniel Lowe had a 2-run jack in the top of the second inning off Oller, and that made it 2-0 Rangers. So yeah, then they got their next run from Andy Ibanez. He got a solo homer, and that was also in the top of the second inning, so 2 in that inning for him, and then an RBI single also in that second inning. So that's 4 runs in that inning. Kind of misjudgment by Oller. He thought it was going to go foul, and it didn't. It stayed on the infield fair, and Brad Miller drove in the run, making it 4-0 Texas. So at this point, Texas is already, hammering down on the A's. They got their 5th run in the inning on a Marcus Semien, for their former A's player, of course. He got a sac fly, and that brought in Jonah Heim, also a former A's player. It's interesting. So that made it 5-1. The A's did get on the board, though. In the bottom of the 4th, Seth Brown got an RBI double down the line, and the A's got their first run of the ball game and their only run of the ball game. Jonah Heim got an RBI single off Kolarek in the top of the 9th inning, making it 6-1, giving Texas some insurance run. And then Heim scored on an error later on and making it 7-1. Marcus Semien scored on a wild pitch when Castellani was pitching. And so 8-1 Texas, and that did it. Garrett Richards got the save for Texas, and that makes it, an 8-1 finish. So yeah, I mean, if it weren't for that 5-run second inning that was due to the A's poor pitching by Adam Oller, I think maybe they would have had a better chance, but also their offense didn't do good, and the Texas pitching was pretty good. So yeah, I mean, the Rangers had momentum in this game. They had a good win over the Mariners on Thursday. So, this Friday night game, they were sort of coming into it on a mission. And I mean, the A's, they also had a good series before this against the Orioles, winning 3 out of 4. I thought we might win this. We're playing a team that came into this. It was 3-9, and unfortunately we didn't win it. But, at the end of the day, it's just one game. But I really think the A's should reconsider having Adam Oller on the team. He hasn't had one good start yet. I know, he's talked about a lot because he's fresh on the team and whatnot, but I think he doesn't have much talent when it comes to being a pitcher on this team, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, the A's, their offense wasn't good today. They're pretty inconsistent when it comes to offense. Only 2 hits, one of which was that Seth Brown RBI double, and then that other hit they got was with Sean Murphy hit they got. So very, very bad offense for the A's. Probably their worst offensive game this year. One of them. I mean, maybe that shutout to the Orioles was the worst, but yeah, for Texas, they had good pitching and only went through 4 pitchers. And I mean, Otto went 5 innings and he was pretty solid, only allowing that 1 run. The A's are going to play the Rangers a couple more times in this series, and then they'll, it's sort of a homestand because they're going to go to San Francisco, so it's like they're still staying local. But yeah, they're going to play the Rangers 2 more times in this series. It is a divisional series. It's our first time playing a divisional opponent, so kind of interesting. But yeah, the A's dropped to 8-7 now with an 8-1 loss over the Texas Rangers, against the Texas Rangers. So let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, go A's.